Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So, we have a lot of stuff going on. We have the election coming up on November the 8th, first day of November today. And then yesterday we had Halloween. And I got to tell you, I'm going to rant just a little bit here. If you disagree with me, fine. But I've just got to, just say something about this, because every single time that we reach October 31st, I always have people, Caiden, what are you doing for Halloween? What are you doing for... And it doesn't matter. It's not the same people a lot of times, but it's people that come up and ask me, okay, what are you doing? You get invited to Halloween parties and all this other stuff. And, every year, nope, sorry, not going. Oh, well, why? Is it, what do you not like me? Every single year. It's been going on forever. Even when I was small. Caiden, what are you doing for Halloween? What are you dressing up as? It's, all that. And, I tell them the same thing. I don't do Halloween. I do not do Halloween. Well, why not? There's nothing wrong with Halloween with candy. And guys, I'm sorry, but I just don't believe, and you can disagree with me on this, fine, because I know that there are a lot of, people who are following Christ out there or believe in, God or what have you, that celebrate Halloween, but I do not believe that it is appropriate for Christians to celebrate Halloween. That is me. I don't believe that is what Christians should be doing, because the Bible's very clear about it. For crying out loud, it's a day that's about evil. What is it about? It's about demons, it's about witches, it's about devils, it's about all this other stuff. And what does the Bible say? Bible says in 1 Thessalonians 5:22, abstain from all appearances of evil. Well, what is Halloween? The entire holiday is an appearance of evil. The entire thing. The entire holiday is about evil, wickedness, witches, demons, devils, warlocks, creepy clowns. It's about evil. And, I don't think that Christians should be celebrating that. I even know the background of it because, I've said it on the show before, I have Irish heritage. My great, I think it's great, four times great. Maybe there's a 5 or 6 in there. But anyway, really great grandparents came over here from Ireland. They were O'Briens. And along with Ireland came some of the, various traditions that they practice over there. And, most of the stuff that takes part in Halloween comes from Europe, comes from Ireland specifically. It was a pagan holiday. And if you look at a lot of the other holidays out there, a lot of them are pagan. Okay, you have different things that are mixed in, Christmas, that are, Easter, and all this other stuff. You have different things that are, come from, pagans. But the thing is, they come from the pagans. But anyway, the thing is that Halloween is a holiday that is solely based upon evil, solely based upon wicked. It's about getting candy. No, it's not. You go into any Halloween shop, what are you going to find? You're going to find skeletons, you're going to find witches' outfits, you're going to find all this stuff. And I'm sorry, but when you're a Christian, you're to abide by what the Word says, right? And what does the Word say? To avoid all appearances of evil, abstain from all appearances of evil. 1 Thessalonians, it says this throughout the Bible. Abstain from all appearances of evil. But what are Christians doing when they're celebrating Halloween? They are participating in an appearance of evil. When they're dressing up like witches, guys, I'm sorry, but I saw a friend of mine at his church. There were multiple people there that were dressed up like witches, that were dressed in evil costumes. And I'm sorry, but, you're opening up your doors for compromise when you're doing that. Because you are, you're exalting that. You're exalting, wickedness. You're exalting witchcraft when you're dressing up like a witch. I have to say that every year that I see, especially, a few of the teachers dress up in, witches' costumes, it is really always ironic to me how fitting that costume actually is. But the thing is that what are they doing? They are still participating in an appearance of evil. And when Thessalonians tells you not to do it, And the Bible says, do not do it, abstain from it, but rather reprove. I mean, it says, another one is Ephesians 5:11. Have no part in the fruitlessness of darkness, but rather reprove them. What are you doing? You're taking part in the fruitlessness of darkness when you're celebrating Halloween. I mean, I was listening to AFR, American Family Radio, several years ago, and they had a fill-in host. And I happen to know her. She's a nice person and all, but she was on there justifying Halloween. I don't think AFR feels that way, but at the time, this fill-in host was on. I don't hear her really. I don't hear her filling in much anymore. But on that particular show. But anyway, she was on there and she was talking about Halloween and how she didn't have a problem with it and how it's fine. She's always allowed her kids to partake in it. How they've just never dressed up in any type of wicked costume or what have you. But the thing is that it's still you're still taking part in that holiday, in that day. And it's a day that revolves around evil. It's about scaring people, about just completely making them fearful. And what does the Bible say? The Bible says that God hasn't given me a spirit of fear, but he's given unto me a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. That's coming out of 2 Timothy 1:7. So, I mean, guys, throughout the Bible, it talks about staying away from wickedness, staying away from evil. Because, I mean, excuse me if, God might not take too kindly with you dressing up like the devil, with you dressing up like a witch. Now, if you're doing a church, performance or something like that, and it's being used, demonstrating, or providing an example of God or what have you, using that to exalt the word, then fine, whatever. If you're doing a play or something like that, and it's talking, and you're using it to promote God, to promote righteousness, and there happens to be a part in there for the devil or whatever, then yeah, whatever. I mean, that's fine. But when you're using that, taking part to exalt evil, to exalt fear, to exalt all this other garbage, then yeah, there's an issue with that, and I think that there is a massive issue with people partaking in that. But because at one point in time, I mean, there were a lot of Christians that said, yeah, you know what, this is the devil's day. No way on earth I am celebrating that. It's so blatantly obvious. It's an appearance of evil, so stay away from it. And guys, you know what an appearance of evil is, okay? If you're doing a performance where you have somebody playing Jesus and you have somebody playing as a devil, and it's a little kids' church thing or what have you. And Jesus is beating up the devil, or, like some of those movies that you've seen, where it's talking about the rapture and all, Left Behind, Kirk Cameron, those types of films where someone plays as the devil, whatever. Okay, that's fine. That once again, you're using that to exalt Christ. But here's the thing, when you are partaking in a day being used to celebrate Halloween, to celebrate Satan, to celebrate witchcraft, to celebrate evil, then sorry guys, that's not right. And I mean, it's so blatantly obvious. I don't understand why it's so controversial, other than, you have a lot of these parents out there that have their kids, well, all the other kids are doing it, so I don't want to deny my kid a good time. Well, let me tell you something. Raise your kid up right. Raise them that Halloween is wrong. Explain to them why it's wrong, and I assure you that's going to contribute to you having a moral kid. Because when you teach them, even with one day, teaching them, you avoid all appearances of evil, when they get to be my age and they're a teenager, they understand it a lot more, and they're not going to give in easily. You got to raise them strong. You've got to raise them to be fearless defenders of the cross. And that's, I have to say, I mean, I'm not complimenting myself. Don't take me the wrong way. But that's how my parents raised me. They raised me to be in opposition to all appearances of evil, to be in opposition to, I mean, for crying out loud, we had homecoming. I went to homecoming, to the homecoming dance my freshman year. Okay? Freshman year, I went to homecoming. It's awful. All right? You had kids grinding on each other and everything else. It was horrid. So I said, I'm never coming to this thing again. Senior year comes around, because, I mean, I've even talked about this on, sophomore year, junior year here on the radio. I would do shows when homecoming would be going on, telling them, giving them their regular lecture on the radio, in case they were, listening to the show, going to the homecoming event. Because, I mean, those kids, they do stuff that is contributing to lasciviousness And, I said, hey, if you're having a problem with that, turn the radio on, listen to me for about 5 minutes, and I'll destroy the moment. So, but I said, yeah, that's how you get rid of that. But see, the thing is that for 2 years, I didn't go to homecoming. This year, I'm student body president. I was told, okay, well, either you show up and you, help clean up after the homecoming dance, or you could be kicked off of student council. So whatever. I basically went there. I stood around. I watched, and it wasn't as bad this year. I mainly spent a lot of my time in the cafeteria talking with a guy that's a member of the Church of Christ church that does not believe in dancing. So, we got, compared to me, that's not Church of Christ. That was better. So we had that in common. I don't want to be here, but I was there. So that's what took place with that. But still, you want to. It's good to have a fear of that stuff. Or not a fear of that stuff, but a willingness to reject it. A willingness. There you go. Willingness to reject it. So I mean, guys, seriously, you've got to raise your kids. You have to raise your kids to want to abstain from evil. I mean, I had heard a sermon one time preached where a guy said, and I've had people even say this to me, and I've, repeated it, but I had heard a sermon where this minister had this guy came up to him. It was, what had happened? Okay, I'm thinking of something else. What ended up happening was that this minister was talking about how a lot of times people have the mentality, oh, well, I can't be a Christian because they're way too, many regulations that come along with it. I've had people tell me that, and I've just said the same exact thing to them. Being a Christian, it's not that you have, all these regulations. You get to sin as much as you want to. The only thing is that you don't want to. Well, guess what? You have to raise your kids to not want to do evil works, to not want to partake in appearances of evil. Because I tell you, you send them to a party college when they get out of high school, if they're not going to abstain from appearances of evil in high school, they're most definitely not going to do that in college when they're not under your supervision. And that's just the way that it is. I can't tell. I'm getting ready to, head off to WVU. More than likely, that's where I'm planning on going anyway. Looking at going to West Virginia University. Okay? Well, guess what? While it's a great school, they have great opportunities, and if you want a good education, you can get it. There are a lot of kids there that go there and then start partying. I can't tell you how many friends that I know have gone there and they have beer guts now. I mean, the alcohol consumption at that place is like you wouldn't believe. They are bringing it in by the bottles of liquor. They're getting liquor and they're, drinking her all down. And it's unbelievable, some of those kids up there. But, I see that. And, guys, you've got to raise your kid to not want to be like that, to not want to do that. Because, the college can only do so much. Okay? College can only do so much. Because those kids are going to find a way to get their hands on alcohol, however it may be. But, the college, I think, could do a little better, but the kids are still going to find a way to sneak it in. I can assure you that. But the trick is that when you're raising them, you've got to make sure that they don't want to do that. And if you are somebody that does that, you should want more for yourself than that. Okay, you should not want to partake in that. You want to do something with your life, because I'm going to tell you right now, you look at the rates of people that are dropping out of college. Those are the types of people that are dropping out, not the ones that are focused on studying, not the ones that are trying to establish a future for themselves. It's the ones that are drinking every day, that are becoming borderline alcoholics. Those are the ones that are leaving, that are dropping out of college. You don't want to be like that. You want more for yourself than that. But it's really just, it's sad to see people go in that direction. But once again, it starts with a little bit of compromise, with a little bit of mixing around with an appearance of evil. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And guys, I'm telling you, that's why you've got to raise your kid right. And that's why it's imperative that you do that. It's why it's imperative that you teach them morality, teach them to, avoid evil works of the flesh. Because, guys, really, what is that?
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China and Russia began to flex their military muscles and expand their dominance in the world. In these hazardous times, America was in need of a hero. Henry Stein, a new kind of leader, built a new political party that is neither Republican nor Democrat to lead the charge to bring the country back from the brink. Would President Stein be able to prevent a third world war? Read more about this book and get your copy today. Available on Amazon in Kindle and paperback. That's Prelude to World War III. Your copy's waiting for you.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
No, guys, I was going to talk about that yesterday, the whole Halloween thing, but honestly, because I don't celebrate it, I actually forgot that it was Halloween. So if it's too late now, but if you did dress up like as a witch or something, just ask God for forgiveness, repent for it, and 1 John 1:9, He's faithful and just forgive you of your sins and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. So, no, I'm kidding. All right, am I? If you feel a need to repent, then repent. No. So, and hey, what do I know? Just 1 Thessalonians 5:22, abstain from all appearances of evil. But that's just my opinion. Or is it? Well, that's coming out of the Word. So, even if it is my opinion, it's a pretty good one. So, backed up by Scripture. So I'm just saying, but whatever you want to do. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So what do we have here? Let's get to the news, because that's really what we need to be focusing on. Also, on top of that, because that's just an annual thing that happens every year. But Glenn Beck, he's in the news. Oh, this is great. So we move from talking about that to Mr. Beck. Great. Okay, Glenn Beck was on his little TV show on the Blaze TV that is really just completely going up in flames, and he decided to say, hey, you know what? This Comey letter, James Comey from the FBI, Glenn Beck said that is one of the most irresponsible things that he could have done. So we have the audio bit here for you. I'm going to go ahead and play this. This is Glenn Beck, and oh my gosh, he's on the Blaze TV. Go ahead and listen to this. This is Glenn Beck. If it'll load. Is it going to load? There you go.
To go for the subpoena and announce it and open this thing up when he says he doesn't know if there's even anything in those emails, that's not a risk to him, too big of a risk for him. That's too big of a risk of anyone's career, and not hers. Let's say he actually believed that, I believe her intent. I believe she didn't break a law here. Let's say he believes that. But he just thinks, you know what, I should have followed the procedure a little better, or I don't like getting bashed or whatever. If he actually believes that, you're not going to open an investigation and announce it without any real evidence and destroy her career. You change the course of the country. You change the course of this person's life. This is one of the most irresponsible things to ever happen if it is indeed true that he doesn't have any evidence. Can you imagine if this happened to Donald Trump? Can you imagine what would be saying if this would have happened to any Republican, Mitt Romney? And they said, we have no evidence. We have no.
So there you go. That's Glenn Beck for you. So what does that mean? What's Glenn Beck saying right there? Glenn Beck is defending Hillary Clinton. Guys, I'm sorry, but many of you out there which if you still listen to this show, you're probably not Glenn Beck fans. But I've been, going after Glenn Beck for years, and that's pretty big because, when I first started radio, I was the biggest Glenn Beck fan that you could have possibly been. I had the Glenn Beck t-shirts, the Glenn Beck mugs, the Glenn Beck everything, okay? I was a big Glenn Beck fan. I was also a huge Rush Limbaugh fan, but I was really, really a big Glenn Beck fan when I was first starting out. I loved Rush. Rush is the reason why I started radio, but Glenn Beck was the reason why I got involved. And, of course, as I've become more mature, I've, evolved probably within the first year of radio. I became a bigger Rush Limbaugh fan. Because I still had a high admiration for Rush. I loved Rush. Rush was, the top guy, but Glenn Beck was right up there beside of him. But anyway, I was a big Glenn Beck fan, okay? We Will Be the Key, that entire thing. Love the guy. Watched him every day on Fox News. But the thing is that he began to evolve. And I began to notice that he's a fraud. And I want you to listen to this. He's either a fraud or he's massively bipolar. I think he has mental problems. It's really what I personally think. He has neurological issues, clearly, as many reports have revealed. He's taken treatment for those neurological issues, but the guy's just completely lost his marbles. But anyway, I want you to listen to this. This is from Breitbart. Monday on his radio show. It wasn't. I don't know if it wasn't his radio show, was it? That didn't look like radio. It looked more like his TV show. But anyway, it happened on Monday. While discussing the FBI reopening of the investigation into Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, conservative host Glenn Beck said that FBI Director James Comey contacting Congress is one of the most irresponsible things to ever happen. Beck said for him to go for the subpoena and announce it and open this thing up when he says he doesn't know if there's anything in the emails, that's not too big of a risk for him. That is too big of a risk for anyone's career, and it's his, not hers. Or it's too big of a risk for, he said, he added, you change the course of the country. You change the course of this person's life. This is one of the most irresponsible things to have ever happened. So what is he doing? What's Glenn Beck expressing here? He is defending Hillary Clinton. And he's saying, no, you know what? There's nothing in those emails. Do you think that he would have reopened the investigation like this had he not had something? Are you that naive, Mr. Beck? Of course not. I'll tell you exactly what is happening. Glenn Beck is turning the Blaze into a liberal news network, trying to pander to a Democratic audience now. I mean, that is exactly what is taking place. Glenn Beck is evolving into a progressive. I mean, he bashed Ted Cruz. You guys heard it. He treated Ted Cruz like dirt. I played that for you on this show. The guy is an absolute jerk. And now, what's he doing? He's praising Hillary Clinton. Well, not long ago, Glenn Beck also said that it's more of a reasonable choice to choose Hillary over Trump. That's exactly what this guy said. It's a better choice to choose Hillary over Trump. Opposing Trump is a moral choice. And that supporting Hillary is a more moral, ethical choice. Isn't that insane? That's Glenn Beck for you. So guys, I'm sorry, but no wonder his little Blaze network is fizzling out. Because the guy is completely evolving into this liberal. And people who are conservative and, even libertarian are not going to work for a guy that is promoting liberalism. Maybe libertarians will stay with him. I don't know. But the guy is really just going beyond libertarianism at this point to borderline liberalism. And it is really just completely absurd. But that's Glenn Beck for you. I mean, we've been predicting it for a long time. I hope you guys open your eyes. I mean, if you're looking for another, whatever, rather than watching an hour of him on TV, listen to this show. We'll compensate for your hour. We'd much rather have you anyway. So, I mean, guys, it's really just pathetic, the entire Glenn Beck situation. Now, and by the way, we have another thing here. Rush Limbaugh was in the news because they were making it out like Rush was saying that this entire FBI investigation was just to basically bring the focus off of WikiLeaks. The Hill reported that FBI wants focus off WikiLeaks, according to Limbaugh. Limbaugh's latest conspiracy theory, according to Vox, the FBI is trying to distract from WikiLeaks. The Blaze, the Blase, as my good friend Jimmy Z used to call it. Rush Limbaugh, FBI wants to get focus off of WikiLeaks revelations. Mediaite, Hot Air, both, even HotAir.com. It's possible that this FBI thing is a ploy to distract from WikiLeaks revelations, according to Rush. So it's a complete lie, but they basically distorted his view, according to what he said on his radio show today. So we're going to play that for you. So be sure to stick with us. We're going to get to Rush Limbaugh's comments right after this quick break.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. 4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So, we have Rush Limbaugh talking about really just this butchery of his words on various news websites out there, including The Hill, Vox, The Blaze, Mediaite, and Hot Air. And The Blaze and Hot Air are supposed to be conservative news websites. The Blaze, anyway, libertarian. But yeah, The Blaze reported Rush Limbaugh, or Blase reported Rush Limbaugh. FBI just wants to get the focus off of WikiLeaks revelations. And Hot Air. Rush, it's possible this FBI thing is a ploy to distract from the WikiLeaks revelations. So both of which are, accusing Rush Limbaugh of allegedly somehow, creating this theory that the FBI is trying to distract from the Hillary Clinton WikiLeaks. And Rush said, no, that is not what I said at all. Even these right-wing websites are distorting my words simply just, I guess, for clickbait or something. I mean, I don't know. But Rush was saying anyway, they're distorting his words, he believes, purposely at this point because it was so clear what he was saying. Anyway, here's Rush correcting the record.
Making the complex understandable. That's what we do here. And despite that, people still get it wrong, which means they have to be doing it on purpose. Details are coming up. Okay, now let's go back to last Friday, because I need to do a little housekeeping here. This is an object lesson. On this program, we were here when the news broke that the FBI had reopened the investigation into Hillary Clinton and her emails. At the time, news was scarce. It was just beginning to be reported. And we were, like everybody else, trying to put everything together with every little morsel that we learned. And it caught everybody off guard. Everybody was taken aback because we were of the impression the election or the investigation had been closed and that there was nothing to be found. We all were under the impression, those of us on our side, that everything that happened in that regard was odd. FBI directors don't do what Comey did. They don't go out and lay out a case and then publicly announce the recommendation not to prosecute. Everything that Comey has done in this case usually happens behind the scenes without cameras and microphones present. It was making that point. Then we started wondering, what does this mean? What do they have? What have they found? Because Comey had previously behaved in such a way as to make it look like he had been intimidated by Lynch and by Obama to sweep this thing away. One of the many theories people evolved was, well, this is a smokescreen, this is a distraction to take people's attention away from other things. I got an email from a friend, and I read his theory, and I then announced the cynic's view. And if I said once, I said 10 times that this is not my interpretation, this is not my theory, this is what the cynic would say. This is what a cynic would say. And that theory is that all of this is trumped up, that none of it's real, that the investigation is simply a distraction, nothing's going to come of it. The express purpose of it is to take WikiLeaks off the news, off the front page, off the lead item in newscasts, because it was getting hot and heavy. WikiLeaks was finally penetrating. It was getting through to people, and it was about the Clinton Foundation and how the Clintons got filthy rich off of their own charity. And it featured emails from Chelsea Clinton to a guy named Doug Band. And what happened was Chelsea was complaining what Band was doing, or what the foundation was doing, was looking like people were being hustled. And Band took it personally. He said, "Don't blame me. Your dad's doing all this, too." That was in the WikiLeaks emails. Your dad's doing all this. And then he laid out the things that Bill Clinton had been doing, or had asked him to do. And one of the examples that Band gave, he called Coca-Cola. and he asked for a donation of whatever it was, $3.5 million to the Clinton Family Foundation, and then suggested that Coca-Cola hire Bill Clinton for another $3 million and change per year as a consultant. So they make a donation and they hire Clinton, and then Dan was detailing how other donors would be hit up to hire Hillary to give speeches and so forth, and all of it was breaking out. Then the Comey announcement comes, and naturally for the whole weekend, WikiLeaks is forgotten. There's now been another document dumped from WikiLeaks today, by the way, and it's bad for Donna Brazile. It appears that Donna Brazile has been feeding questions to Hillary from CNN regularly and for a long time. That's in the latest WikiLeaks email dump. So everybody is offering their own theories as to what this Comey announcement means and what impact it might have on the election. And I shared with people a theory that was offered and given to me by a friend of mine who's a huge cynic, a know-it-all cynic. And the theory was that there's nothing here, nothing's going to happen. There is no further information that's going to be produced by the FBI that's damaging to Hillary. All this is a diversion to distract people's attention from what is becoming killer data, killer information in the WikiLeaks dump. Even doing my morning update today on that very thing, I began the morning update by saying, I do not subscribe to this, but this is a cynic's view. Well, lo and behold, on Friday night, my email starts blowing up. And my brother says Twitter is blowing up. They're saying that people are assigning that cynic view to me, that I actually owned it and announced it as my own on my program on Friday.
So there you have Rush Limbaugh correcting the record, saying that, yeah, what's basically going on here is they have these various news websites that are deliberately manipulating my words, changing the context of my words when I said time and time again, this is not how I feel. This is, a cynic's view. And guys, I tell you, several of these websites that were doing this to Rush were conservative sites or right-leaning like The Blaze. And by the way, it just went on The Blaze. Don't go on The Blaze. Don't go on theblase.com. The Blaze went on there. Apparently they updated their website. It is so absolutely pathetic. My gosh, I'm on The Blaze, and they decided to do a complete redesign of it. And it's just sad. I mean, you go onto the site, and it's a one-page thing. I mean, my website has more content than this, and it looks better than this. So, I mean, you do fine. If you want to go on it once, just don't go on it again. But if you want to do a side-by-side of theblaze.com and put that right beside of CowgerNation.com, my site looks so much better. But I'm just saying, that's just me. But yeah, it really does. The Blaze has really gone downhill. I mean, the rumors are true. But anyway, what I want to tell you is that they're deliberately manipulating Rush's words to make him look bad. Well, what were they doing to me several years ago? They, changed the context of my words to where here I hate, a bunch of people. And I mean, that's what the media does. And the problem that we have is that even the right-leaning media attacks our side and manipulates the words of conservatives to try to take out their own people that they should be fighting alongside with to take out the liberal left. But instead, they're too busy working to take out the conservative right. And it's so absolutely outrageous. And now they're, manipulating Rush's words to make it out like Rush is this, nut out there that's a conspiracy theorist. So, I mean, that's what the media does. They're deceptive. Clearly deceptive, but I wanted to play that on the show because, well, quite frankly, of course I understand how frustrating it is when your words are manipulated, and I heard that, actually a few days ago, or I think it was yesterday, actually in an article that I was reading where Rush allegedly said that, so, yeah, it's good to point that out. So anyway, guys, we'll be right back after this.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
If you've ever been looking for a way to invest your money, gold can be a very good investment. Let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is one of the best companies in the business dealing with gold and other precious metals. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and can offer spectacular information on investing in gold. All you have to do is call 1-800-932-4108, and they will give you the knowledge that you need to make an investment. Even if you've just been curious about purchasing gold, this is a great group that can provide you with reliable information. Call 1-800-932-4108 and also ask them about some of their ebooks, such as 10 Shocking Reasons Why You Should Buy Gold and the Definitive Gold Guide. These resources are great for anyone, especially those that are just curious about investing. Call 1-800-932-4108. And some of their products that they offer are quite amazing. I mean, they have the gold bars, they have the gold coins, but they also have this thing called a Valcambi bar. And this is basically just a little bar about the size of a credit card that can fit into your wallet, made up of little grams of gold. So anytime that you just want a gram of gold, you just break one of them off. It's really quite neat. So by all means, contact our friends at Capital Gold Group. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. Once again, that is 1-800-932-4108.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. Great to have you back with us. So, yeah, we still have several stuff to go over here, so I'm going to try to get to it as quickly as I can in the last segment. But we have John Kasich, apparently, or Kasich, or whatever, however you pronounce his name. But anyway, according to the Associated Press, John Kasich has cast his presidential ballot. He's cast his ballot for the 2008 Republican nominee, John McCain. So he wrote in John McCain. This is from Chris Springs. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I gave him my best shot. He's a spokesman for the Ohio governor and said that he would vote straight-ticket Republican in the rest of the contest except for Donald Trump. And he's given $2,700 from his presidential political committee, Kasich for America, to every Republican in a competitive Senate race. The former Republican presidential candidate has been critical of both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, blah, 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 blah. So, to sum it all up, John Kasich wants Hillary elected and voted for John McCain. Wrote in John McCain. So, there you go. And, we have some other things here. We have a student that was expelled after a shockingly offensive Bill Cosby Halloween costume. Dressed up like Bill Cosby. The only problem is that the kid's white and he ended up dressing in blackface. See, once again, why you don't celebrate Halloween. Anyway, another thing we have here, a man was arrested. Here we go again. Man was arrested for blocking traffic while dressed as a tree. Yeah, he was standing in the middle of a crosswalk as a tree, and police had to come and get him. And then we have another video of Obama scolding a kid for taking a selfie while I guess he was giving a speech. So, yeah, that's what we have going in the news. And then on top of all the emails that, involve Hillary Clinton, there's not much else going on. So, yeah, we covered pretty much all that in the entire thing. So there you have it. We can go ahead and listen to Obama scold the kid if you want to hear that.
Well, it is great to see all of you guys. Your costumes are outstanding.
Oh, Halloween, yeah.
Young man, no selfies in the middle of me talking. And Darth Vader, back up a little bit. I'm getting spooked.
It's nice to know that Darth Vader can spook Obama, but not Congress or the Constitution. So, yeah, now we know that's what we need. Maybe Mitch should have dressed like Darth Vader to go to the debates. Couldn't have hurt his performance. But anyway, guys, we're coming up to the end of the show. We should have more to talk about, hopefully, tomorrow, but it's really coming down to the wire for Election Day. So once again, I'll just tell you, make sure that you get, your friends out to vote. And I'm going to tell you, you vote against Hillary Clinton because she will destroy this country. That is my personal opinion, not endorsed by any stations or station affiliates or what have you. It's solely mine. But, they probably should or do agree with me. So there you go. No. But, it's one or the other. They should or they do. But, guys, I'm going to tell you, this election, it's so clear you can't have Hillary as president, right? The woman supports abortion. She supports genocide. She supports fetal genocide. She supports immorality. I mean, for crying out loud, her family is known for being sexually immoral. This is not who we need to serve as President of the United States, especially as the first representation for female leadership. So, ladies out there, don't vote for Hillary. You don't want that to be what people look to as as a first female president. Just saying. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for listening to us. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Better than the Blase.com. Trademark the Z Show. Thank you, God bless, and God save this nation.